be sneaky.
Hey, Wally's the one who's been feeling his stealth rolls for the most part so far. So Wally's probably the one you need to say, can you be stealthy this time around?
No. It's not that I don't trust his ability to be sneaky as far as the physical attributes of being sneaky. It's the whole self-restraint thing that Kale has issues with.
Once undiscovered.
Yeah. He tends to just like go from ultra sneaky Romulan stealth mode to fucking Klingon through the front door mode.
Since Perdaj and the Terranian's with you as well, Perdaj says take Borchu and Zosha with you in case you need muscle.
Mm-hmm.
The other two and Iskanar and I will go out to the front. We'll start a celebration and dance to attract a crowd. If you can get him to the front gate, he can slip out in the crowd with her.
That works for me.
You'll have to leave your clothing behind. Garpa's like, I'm not leaving behind my turban. You have already, says Perdaj, broken with all the traditions of your faith.
Besides, we can get you another turban.
It's like being a little bit pregnant. It doesn't happen. Either you are or you aren't.
Besides, if you really want a turban, we can get you another turban.
Fine. Garpar takes off his turban, and you realize underneath it, he's actually bald.
Oh, okay.
Blink,
Which
blink,
is kind of
blink.
defeats the whole reason of wearing a turban.
Blink, blink, blink.
Oh, he's very handsome, but these people are based off... He's very handsome. These people are based off Sikhs, and the whole reason why you wear a turban in Sikhdom is to keep all the hair you're not allowed to cut in place. So, yeah, the fact that he's bald still wearing the turban shows that how much he was faking for this culture.
So, yeah, I'm going to do the blink, blink, blink thing. And, okay. No.
You want to tell, I'll get you a tell.
No, it's not that. It's just that the whole, I assumed he had a huge honking mop of hair underneath there, and there's no hair.
All right, so you proceed to go try to get the girl.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
Sneaky, sneaky.
Well, I can just go in, guns blazing.
Well,
No.
No. Hold on.
You want plausible
Would
deniability
Wally
here,
have-
even if it's like paper thin and shallow.
I can't hear
Would
about
Wally have any... I would assume he might have a couple of alchemical type bottles on his person. Not anything that might help here, but just something like some bottles that have something in there. Or if
Roll a
it
fate
could
check.
get-
Let's see if you thought to bring it with you. Fate check's the thing I have in the game where the idea that they didn't specifically suggest, but their character may have come up with the idea of. I give them a fate check to see if their character would have thought of it if they didn't.
Yeah.
Success.
He actually takes into account that sometimes
Okay.
the player knows shit that the character doesn't.
The character knows shit the player doesn't, or vice versa.
So, would it be possible if Volley could fake a thing of, like, putting the woman out of her misery or something like that?
Yes. That seems like a pretty common drug you'd have on your person.
So basically, you want to fake her death and then basically take her out of the body? They're going to burn her.
Yeah.
You don't want the burn.
Well, no, I'm trying to...
That's
Like,
the,
faking
normally I would go
going
for
to-
that 100%, but since they like to burn the dead, that could be fatal in this circumstance. rather than
But he
helpful.
wouldn't actually be administering anything to her. The idea is, like, to get in, they would pretend that they're going to go and put the woman out
Okay.
of her misery. And then
Oh, I see what you're
the
saying.
extraction part, that's something else entirely.
So basically, this is the BS our way into the slave quarters.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like an entirely bad plan, but the Vaniyar is correct that since their form of burial is to burn bodies, we would have to get the body out fast.
Yeah.
But still, Vali's plan would actually get us to the room that she's in,
That's
giving us a chance to scout it. This is Perdaj speaking right now.
Yeah.
It's giving us a chance to scout it and then see if there's a way to get her out of there without being noticed.
So basically, this is a way to BS our way in.
Yeah. Sounds like a
Okay.
plan?
Yeah, you can play doctor.
All right. So you walk outside. You've got, again, women and servants in saris and other Vingian clothing walking around. You see a couple people in the long dolmana. I think that's what it's called. The long dolmana coats that the Vingians wear. And when you get up to the gate, two other guards see you approach. They're like, "Hello, friends. I don't think our master has summoned you. Who are you here to see?"
Okay, this would be deceptive, right?
This would be deceptive.
Actually, we can actually.
She asks if she has an advantage. Her character tries to see
Actually,
someone
here
gets
we're
an
seeing
bonus
to see
D6.
Garpar's wife and see if we can end her suffering quickly. Just tell the truth. Sort of, more or less.
Well, we
It's
are
sort of more or
technically
less.
looking
Yeah,
to
but
end her
wouldn't you want them
suffering.
to suffer? When,
That's the point. We don't want her to suffer.
Isn't it?
right, but any type of death, they don't want swift for some type of traitor to the religion.
True, but they don't know. But the thing is that
So are these guards on Garpar's side? Or
That
do they
That would
choose
require
one
an
side?
intuition and interrogation roll to figure out before you start speaking. because you'd be trying. Actually, I'm sorry. Hold on. Wrong skill. It'd be intuition and observation because you're going by visual cues.
I got a 24, so.
Oh well, then never mind.
Yeah.
24 on your chart is
24 on what was it?
intuition and observation.
What did you
I
say
don't have observation, so.
about the plan?
He was saying that he felt that the people might not be prone to that because they want the girl to suffer. That was stated in Garbar's speech to you.
Yeah, but the
That was
thing
a
is,
legendary.
Sorry, I didn't speak for you. It's just I'm used to
And
not having
slaves
most
are in
here with the
there.
party.
Legendary.
So I got heroic.
What you got?
Legendary.
Legendary. You can tell that the guards, like the guards at the gate, really like Garapar, and they feel really bad about this order. It might be possible to bribe them to let you in.
Oh, and that's even easier then.
We heard about the situation with Garapar's wife, and we came here to see if we could perhaps ease her suffering instead of letting her die a horrible, painful death.
The guards look at one another, and one of them says to the party, "Without an appointment, I can't really let you in. You have an appointment, right?"
Yeah.
Of course we do.
We do the bobblehead.
The right answer is yes.
And you have an appointment with,
And it's right
Top
here
bar,
under
the
these
doctor.
coins.
and you have an appointment with Patimbar, the doctor, right?
With a doctor, yes.
Yes.
Certainly, go on in. Patimbar's in the West Wing treating his patient.
Notice I didn't say the doctor's name. I just said a doctor.
You walk in, you're the very luxurious manor house that's been presented. You walk in through the West Wing. As you walk along, you notice that on the wall, I can't remember, has the party been to Jewel John's mansion
Yes.
yet?
Once.
Okay.
So, yeah.
When you were first here, he had just moved in, so he hadn't had paintings or anything put up yet. You see paintings now along the wall, and they all sort of look like him, but you can tell they're actually different people in his family ancestry because of slight changes in the facial features and the painting and the time period. Some of these paintings easily go back a couple of centuries. As you walk down this long hallway, you see depictions of all these people in his family. You get down to the end of the row, and there's a guard by the door who's a little surprised to see you two. Sorry, see you four. Sorry, see you six, because I forgot Pradaj has two guys with him. And says, "Hello, friends. How can I help you?"
See, are they going to be sympathetic towards
Just one
him?
guard.
Just one guard?
Is he going to be an
Or
issue?
he's
That's
gonna
the
be-
question.
is he sympathetic?
Intuition observation.
Of course I'm getting 20s on this one.
Right.
25, so that would be another legendary.
Is that an
Yeah,
epic
I'm
or a
not even
legendary on
bothered.
your chart? Are you sure?
No, it's just legendary because
Okay.
that roll.
I'm
doesn't
not even
have
going to
that.
bother.
Okay. You can
She
sense
made
that
25.
all the guards apparently are pretty beat up about this.
We have an appointment with the doctor to help Garapar's wife.
Certainly. He opens the door for you. Tries to maintain a stoic face. Inside you see about a 50 by 50 foot room. Inside the room you see a marble floor. Lying on the marble floor on cushions is the woman. They've tried to make her a little bit comfortable as she's passing. She is sweating voraciously and she has a little bit of a baby bump. So apparently whatever's wrong with her is a complication of her pregnancy.
That's not good. I
Damn.
mean, it's well, a cesarean.
There are a couple of people walking over her. They are male and female servants. And in the middle of the room, you see, with a very worried expression, an elderly man who actually has a black stone embedded in his forehead.
That's the doctor.
And I don't mean just like glued there. I mean, you can tell at some point when this guy was younger, someone actually
Embedded.
cut his skull in such a manner they could put this stone in there, it would fit. And it's grown into the stone as he's gotten older.
That's the doctor.
Okie dokie.
I remember him.
And no one's stopping, no one's talking to you yet because I haven't heard what the party's doing.
Oh well, I'm just going to walk right up to the doctor because I've met him before.
Okay?
Follow her lead.
Valley's going to inspect the room real quick, see if there's any what exit points are available.
Perception awareness. Pradaj and his guys are doing the same thing, thinking like thieves.
Yep. And I'm going to distract the only person in the room with half a brain, hopefully.
Okay, 3 20s in a row. When does this ever happen to me? Seriously.
Yeah. More importantly, it's like serious overkill for what we need at this point. I'm not complaining.
Watch it a combat. One.
Yeah,
5.
exactly. She never does this when it's like
Although-
vital for her character's survival.
Although the rolls you're getting for these is consistent, this is where your strengths are. So it's actually
Kind of apropos.
Mhm.
She's not really a fighter.
I know, but it's
Okay,
fully
so
fun though.
dramatic.
Her character's
Dramatic.
ass is on the line.
There are 3 entrances into the room. The one we came through, one farther down, and one to the right that goes to the east of the building. Also, this room is set up with a bit of a skylight.
Mm-hmm.
And the skylight can be broken through if you needed to. There's also high arching windows which currently have the shutters open to let breeze go through the building.
Ladder down?
Hell no, we can
So
probably
we've got
jump.
several ways that we could probably...
Pati Bar looks up as you approach us. Yes?
We're here to see the young lady and determine whether or not we can help with her suffering.
He raises an eyebrow. Truly.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we've not been formally introduced. Who are you?
We've met before when I came and met your master and went on an assignment. Used to be one of the pit fighters.
Oh, yes. Frekwin. I remember you now. And you were Keel?
Kale.
Kale.
You know, like
I'm
a
sorry,
green chewy substance.
these foreign names are a little hard to pronounce for me. I will get it right eventually. I am Patimbar. And Perdage jokingly says back, Patimber?
Elbow!
Patimbar looks back at Perdage and goes, close enough for you, yes. What exactly do you think you can do for my patient?
Well, we felt that it's not really her fault, and maybe we could ease her suffering. Therefore, freeing you from having to take responsibility for such an act.
He takes one suck of his teeth, and you suddenly sense you have screwed the pooch. He's about to call for the guards, and all of a sudden you hear trumpets blare. And everybody hits the floor, kowtows. And walks Jadul Rajan through the other door.
Oh. Yay.
Jadul opens the door. He's got guards behind him. He sees you all. He kind of quirks, and he sees racking his memory. Did I call for these guys?
We were
No, I
just
don't think I
looking
did.
for you.
Let's say.
Truly.
Truly, we got a bit lost though because you've apparently changed the decor.
Blink, blink, blink.
Jewel looks at the party, looks at the girl, looks back at the party,
It's not totally.
advances forward and goes, what is it you wish to discuss, my friends?
We actually are looking to get an invitation to the party at the Ruti facility. Ruti family.
Oh yes, the Rudas, that up-and-coming family here in Ahrizam. They've made great strides. I'm actually very pleased with Savadi Ruda. She's a very lovely girl. Too bad about her cleft palate, but you know, the gods give us all our own burdens. Speaking of which, there's much on my mind. Perhaps you would accompany me on a stroll through my manor. I can show you the rest of the manor.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, kind of have to at this point, I would say.
And of course, if I'm going to be strolling through the manor, I must be properly escorted. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but you are barbarians. Guards! About 30 guards pour into the room from the various doors. I need everybody to make a willpower and resolve check. Because, well, I would imagine that 30 armed men is a bit intimidating.
Maybe you.
Success!
Success.
Brooke.
Okay, go do that. Come back. Perdage rolled a 22. And Perdage's guys don't lose it either. So nobody loses it. Nobody draws a weapon out of fear or anything like that, which is good. All right. Jador Dom says, yes, gentlemen, double column roll, please. We're going to be rocking the whole property. That should take us, Captain, at least an hour and a half, Your Majesty. An hour and a half. That seems excellent time for a good stroll. Come, let's go.
When is she supposed to be executed? Did they say?
They're just going to let her die naturally.
Enough talk.
You better not. Oh my God.
So,
you better
the
not.
double columns form up beside the party. She was like, please, come. Puts her arm around Valley, puts her arm around Freywin. Please, let us watch. He's never touched you before.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with this.
Okay. And he
I'm a
proceeds
bad
to
here.
walk out of the room with you.
I'm a touchy-feely person.
All right. Give me intuition rolls. Do either one of you have counseling?
I know, I don't.
Well, he's got his arms around Freywin and Volley. So do either one of you have the counseling skill? Jadul.
Okay. I don't have
We're
that,
rolling
but...
under
No.
normal?
So you're rolling your intuitions. You're not rolling yet. You're having them roll because he's actually touching them. I'm going to give you a different roll in a
Okay.
second.
Don't think so. Yeah, no.
Come. Let me show you the finer arts. I doubt that this will be of much interest to the barbarian behind us. Who could blame him if he got distracted? He's awful. He's never spoken down to the party before. Something's up.
Okay, got a dramatic
Roll
success.
your intuition. See if you get what your dual dom's trying to tell you to do.
I got
So
a
you
dramatic
got a
success on that
dramatic.
last roll.
Try success.
He's
You get it right away.
Success.
You suddenly realize that these 30 guards are probably every guard on this floor. He's taking all the guards on this floor out of the room and just said publicly, who could blame you if you fell behind because what they're about to do wouldn't interest you?
Dude, he's giving us a way out.
He's giving you a way to grab the girl and...
Right.
With your heroic go silently, is this what Jadul Radam's doing? Jadul Radam is trapped by the laws of his religion. You all just gave him an excuse to break them. He's taking it.
Unfortunately, he's holding on to me, and I'm the one with the brain.
Well, you could
He didn't think you
still
were
say-
strong enough to move the body,
But-
which is why he grabbed the two of you.
But you could still do a hand signal behind your back to Kale.
Yeah, but I think if a hand signal to Kale to do something, he's probably going to... His first thought is kill.
No, I
There
picked
are
up
three
on
other
it.
people in the room, Perdaj and the two guys, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
Perdaj and the two guys managed to signal to the Terranians.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
They technically are barbarians as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you make a subtle hand sign. Give me a streetwise and charisma. See if they catch it.
I would help, but Bali is curious.
I made the roll. Like ruthlessly, in fact. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is a streetwise, right?
So what you're saying is Jadal himself is actually constrained
Jadul.
by... Jadul is being constrained by custom here. It may not
Yeah.
be his personal...
In conversations I had with my former employer, he made it quite clear he was very glad he had lived almost his entire life in the United States. Because although they will tell you the caste system is dead in India,
It's not.
it is not. You still have all kinds of things that happen that belong back in the Middle Ages.
Legendary.
Legendary?
Ooh.
Okay. So
For once,
you
that's
signal
been
to
a social roll.
the Radiants. They all nod. Perdaj looks over at one of the other ones to help you, to help Kale. He nods. I believe it would be Zasa. Yeah, Zasa. And the party proceeds to walk out of the room, leaving Kale and Zasa at the tail end to kind of peter back, and all the guards just don't notice you. After all, they're busy doing their duty.
Hmm.
Zasa looks at you, goes, I get the feet.
So good. Don't cop a feel. I'll cop a feel.
You walk over to the party, and Pat Bentar puts a hand on Kale's wrist to stop him.
Who does?
The
Oh,
doctor.
the
The
doctor.
doctor.
He looks at Kale's eyes, holds out a small vial, 3 times a day until it runs out. When it runs out, she's still alive. Come see me, I'll get you more.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go get her.
All right, you pick her up. Sati is in very bad shape. The fever and everything else is complicating her. He picks up her legs, and when he picks her up, he sees the sweat. He looks at you and he goes, "Oh God, black fever. This hits people sometimes in my homeland. All they can really do is make her comfortable."
Don't worry about that later. Let's get her out of here.
Okay, so you guys start carrying a body, and as you're leaving the room, Zasha suddenly goes, "Wait a minute. We look like we're carrying a body."
Let's roll her up in a rug.
All right.
No. Better. Roll her up like a dead body.
Like she's dead.
Yeah.
The doctor could probably help us mummify her or wrap her up, put her in a
Yeah.
shroud.
Exactly. She suddenly died. Now removing the body.
Perfect.
I'm surprised the Terranians didn't think of that because that's something a thief
One
would
of the
think
hired
of.
muscle. I can't really bring that up.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. You're adorable in a past. I get it. Okay,
Glad I don't have my dog here.
so you wrap the body up in a shroud. You take it out. People start wailing. Oh God! Start crying because they have to because she died.
Cover.
You walk past Garapar's mansion, you take her out at the front of the gate, you see the party stuff going on because it's Zamora and it's Aranjun. Nobody cares that someone died.
Told you.
Right?
And Black Lotus.
And Garapar will slip out afterward. I'm going to assume he somehow gets away from Energy, and we're just going to move the story a little bit so we get to the next scene. Judge Urbajon takes you on his tour. It is a very lovely, beautiful tour. It lasts need about an hour and a half. You give everyone enough time to get away.
Make the appropriate
Yes, I know.
oohs and ahs at the right points.
Oh God. Ooh.
Allergies.
And about 2 hours later, actually, you take a little bit longer to get over to Sebek Ahmed's hospital. About 2.5 hours later, around about, let's call it noon.
Oh,
You're at the
important factoid.
Let me finish describing something. About noon, you're all back at Sebek Ahmed's hospital. The party's reunited. What did you want to tell me?
Did we get the invitation? That was the whole point coming here in the first place.
Yes, Jadul will give you an invitation. So now you're going as guest.
Didn't want to lose track of the original goal
And when he hands the invitation over, he's written it to Vali. He whispers in Vali's ear, I do hope you're learned a great deal of discretion while living in Aranjun.
What was he? What did he
I
say?
do hope you learned a great deal of discretion while living in Aranjun.
AKA, don't make this a public issue.
I cannot afford to have my reputation sullied by any scandals. Translation. I can't afford to be seen letting you take the woman out of here. I hope you guys are actually good enough to pull this off.
Sorry.
As I was saying,
Yep.
he's wanting us to make sure
So
we
basically
don't
getting the
stumble
impression that Jewel is letting you take the woman out in exchange to help him. He's giving the invitation in exchange.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We cleaned up a mess for
So
him.
nobody owes anybody.
Yeah.
We cleaned up a mess for him. He's cleaning up a mess for us. Everybody's good.
Okay. So that
Everybody's
prevents
fair.
the Ragab Jacob encounter and it prevents the other encounter since you guys went about it that way. You drop her off at Sebek Ahmed's hospital. Luit Shu, his slave that he's in love with, is outside. When she sees you bring the body and Garapar in, she's like, "What the hell's going on?"
She's not dead.
Looks at her. She's soon gonna be.
Doc,
Where did you get this?
this was given to me by the medicine man.
This is-
It's a Benjian doctor.
Okay, so now you're talking to Sebek Ahmed. Sebek Ahmed looks at it and goes, "This is distillation of the golden lotus. This is incredibly rare."
Mm-hmm. He said 3 times a day.
3 times a day until it runs out, and if
This
she's-
vial's worth about 50 gold pieces.
Oh.
But it's for her.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. They make her comfortable. Vengeance. They'd say Stygians are weird.
So there's no
Bring
chance
upstairs.
that's gonna heal her?
Oh, it'll keep her comfortable. There is no cure for what she has. She has black fever. There's no cure for what she has.
So either she'll live or die.
But the
based on her own
cure
strength.
is so expensive, and he's willing to give her the cure to make her comfortable to die. I just don't get them. Why not
That's
just kill her?
a lot.
Right? Yeah.
Mm.
But because at this point, the parley's all still learning about one another.
Yeah.
Bring her upstairs. I'll take care of her best I can.
Okay, I'll go ahead and break it to the husband here about what's going on, as well as what his master was actually doing.
Okay. Relate. We'll go further.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He will not forgive him because this disease, if Patambar had treated the girl earlier, she would have gotten to this stage and it could have been cured. She's at a stage where it can't be cured.
This guy actually has a cure for this?
If you
Possibly.
catch it early enough, there is a treatment for it that can cure it. But they would refuse to give the treatment because she was just a slave.
Ah. Gotcha.
Which means Patambar is probably the one sneaking you the potion, not Jadul Rajan.
Ah.
Okay. Moving on.
It's too bad. We got great
So we're not going to talk to Marcellus. We're not going to talk to
We have an
Ragab
alchemist.
Jacob. Do you guys just want to go ahead and forward up to walking to the manor?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because that's pretty much what the whole point of this is anyway. We've been kind of sidetracked here.
No, you're right on time. That was a planned encounter.
Now we have a glorified, gigantic, Conan beating badass.
I'm missing close to my pocket.
Ugh. It's healing, but boy, is this
All right.
twingy.
So,
I can walk on it now. I don't have a bandage, but damn, is it twingy every now and then.
You need a massage?
No, it's okay. It's just that.
that's Arjun's wall.
The tower's on?
Well, yeah, there would be. I just didn't choose to draw them out because I don't know if we're going to go through that.
Okay, well, if we have
When I said about the arboretums are this way. since Matt's insisting on towers.
Well, these are very important things for breaking in and out of such a building.
No, it's not on the building, though. They're on the wall. This is Ahrisam's wall. These are the buildings. This is the manor.
Yeah, just for future reference if you want to break in.
All right. The manor has 3 wings. You've got the central wing, which the party is taking place in. You got the 2 side wings, which are the living quarters and the work area. Back here, there's a cart house. And over here, there's a stable. In the back, you have a pool. The manor itself doesn't really have a wall. They're behind all those arboreal areas, so they have a roving patrol of guards.
Oh boy. With the 2 towers there breaking in and out of this place, that'd be interesting. If we ever had to do that.
Well, the guard and the towers are probably looking outside the city, not inside.
Exactly. And if we bribe them, we can use the tower to get in and over the wall and back and forth. You know, for future reference, you don't want to rob the place.
So what do you wish to do with this now? Just walk straight up to the gate with your invitations? You are a day early.
Well,
If we want to offer entertainment as well, because after all, we want to get these people as possible sponsors.
Well, if you're going as guests, then you can't also be the entertainment.
Well, no, but Escanara can be, as well as the Terranians. We can offer entertainment as guests, not be the entertainment.
Okay, so you basically want to go up and say, we own the band.
Yeah, we have a band, and we'd like to offer a band for the party.
Okay.
As a way of goodwill.
Everybody set on that?
If it's Gennara's up for it.
Okay. So you walk up to the gate. Now, all of the Rutas, since they're Novo Reach, are trying to look like they are much more wedded in society than they actually are. So all of them are wearing very fine livery. The guards are all wearing medium armor. They're all snapped to attention. They all have halberds. They all look spiffy. All right. When you're at Jadul's mansion, his guards didn't bother to look spiffy. They looked practical. If you picture like the Vatican guard that's outside the Pope, how spiffy and gaudy the uniforms look to attract attention, picture something like that. Gaudy, garish, bright colors. The halberds, the halberds don't look entirely practical. They're there for show.
So it's decorative,
right?
It's as if they're here to show for the guests.
Exactly. The manor has got artisan stuff, pinning stuff up on the outside. You see paintings and stuff coming in. Caterers from all over Origin are walking in and out, just bringing in foods the day before to make sure everything's well stocked. There's a bunch of activity. Okay. So you walk up to the main gate. In the main gate, you have a page there. The page snaps to attention, salutes you, and says, "The Honorable Ruta the Honorable Ruta Palace, can't talk today. The Honorable Ruta Domicile Palace, how can I help you?"
We're here to give our invitations.
"You have arrived a day early. I am terribly sorry, but I don't actually have accommodations for you at the manor at the moment, as we are stocked full of visiting guests and family. We can recommend several viable inns, however, in the northern part of the town. Tell me exactly, what can I do for you other than just take your invitations?"
We figured we have a very talented dancer and a band, and we were offering them for entertainment purposes for the party.
One moment. He rings a bell, and about 3 minutes later, out walks a guy who's clearly either the butler or the head of the household. And the guy that, the Rutas would go to run all the affairs with the servants and stuff like that. He comes up, he's like, "Hello, my name is Jinxing. How can I help you?"
We are guests for the party tomorrow, and we would like to offer the services of our musicians and dancer.
Zing opens up a folder, starts patting through the portfolio and goes, "Huh. Well, as it happens, actually, the bands I had originally scheduled for chamber music are now unavailable." "What kind of music are we talking about?" Pradaj goes, "The finest," realizing that an oud is kind of a low instrument. "Terranian exotic fare."
Exactly. Offer exotic.
Terranian, says Zing. "From the high courts in the palace, though, not that low Janissary stuff, camp songs."
Choke.
Well, my good Turanian sir, although I have nothing against your people, some of the nobles, because of the recent hostilities, might. What hostilities? Berdaj says. He looks at you all. He thought he was talking to nobles who were in the know. Anybody have the news skill? That's right, Rudy still wished you didn't.
No.
You have no idea what he's talking about. So he's like, yes. May I see your invitations?
Sure.
Paige hands them over.
Mm-hmm.
You see Zing roll his eyes. Oh, God. He mutters something. Roll your roll your perception and awareness to catch what he just muttered under his breath.
He didn't realize he was in the presence of such simpletons.
Something about the invitations.
Oh.
No. Bali is clueless.
Okay.
Intuition?
No, perception and awareness.
Perception, good.
Yeah, it's an audible sound.
Ooh, just gotta pee.
Partial. You catch something about Jadul Rajam and not liking him.
15.
Oh.
Dad is an asshole. Okay, I got a heroic.
I knew my master made an error when he gave that damn Vengeance to Jadul Rajam the ability to make invitations to this party. Contacts in high places, my ass. These people are probably from a bar.
He says all that under his breath.
He's a think Higgins from
Very well. Well, I wouldn't be doing my duties if I didn't sample your entertainment. Would you please play me a piece? Berdaj goes, certainly. Turns back. The Turanians have a quick, hurried whisper, so you realize they don't know any fine art songs. They were all Janissaries. All they know are military camp songs
This
and
guy
bar
doesn't
stuff.
either.
All right. They turn around.
But,
You're about to bullshit him?
well,
Because if not, he's going to have his Skinnar do something.
yeah, Bali turns to Skinnar and says, Skinnar, it's of course not any music without our finest dancer.
Right ahead of you. She removes the veil slowly and shyly, demurely even, and you see Zing's heart go. The game system, everything's rated 1 to 5. 3 is an average human rating. She has an 8 charisma plus 2 advantages to make her even more attractive. Completely rolled randomly. I didn't intend it.
Yep.
He has godlike charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
She
much,
did,
man.
right.
And I was
All
there when he rolled this.
She starts to slowly shimmy, almost
So
snake-like.
this is like
in her
Aphrodite
movements.
is what he's looking at.
And Zing's just like, and the party begins to see evidence that she has Zing's attention, if you catch my meaning. Bali can relate, because it happened to him in the last adventure.
Showing?
Yep.
They finish the number, she reveals herself, and then demurely and timidly goes behind Berdaj like she's his woman. Kind of building up the whole Turanian thing. The Turanians are kind of like Arabs.
Turks, actually.
And Zing's like, yes, I think that would be quite captivating for the audience.
I thought so, too.
I must say, miss, that's one of the finest dances I think I've ever seen. It's even better than the girls at the temple. Berdaj looks at her. She walks up to Zing, lays a hand gently against his chest. A man as well traveled as you must know several people that would need daughters that need training for dancing at the temple. I have just recently opened a school of dance. Truly, we'd be most honored. Most honored to have you.
I bend over to his ear.
And she kind of traces his chest.
No, let her do her thing.
She kind of traces his chest. I would be honored to perform for you. With that little double entendre thing, you see him go. Certainly. Why do I take you inside so you can see where you'll be performing? Please follow me. He proceeds to take the party into the mansion.
I've been learning to let Escanari just do her thing.
Oh, I thought she was done.
Yeah.
She looks at the party. She smiles.
Mm.
Then you all hear her whisper, "Men."
This is what I meant by honeypot. This is what she's so good at.
She is good.
You walk through the manor. You get to see a whole rundown of the place. Now,
Okay, yes.
since the guy is basically not that attentive, because he's
Yeah.
being distracted.
He's still recovering.
Straight shorts.
Marilyn Monroe is doing her thing there.
I don't even. I think we're a step above Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah, you got to see the footage of her.
We're talking about
So,
a goddess at this point.
Here you have the main foyer, right? The main foyer actually directly leads to the dance room.
Okay.
All right. Then off the main foyer, over here you have the ground kitchen. And over here you have side rooms, which he doesn't bother to describe other than they're places for guests to refresh themselves. So you can say like maybe some kind of personal closet, maybe it's a sleep and dining room for the servants, you're not quite sure. But this area he takes you through. Now that's where he's walking. Where do the rest of you go? Do you want to try to like get lost? Do you want to try to like scout the place? What's the party do?
Well, at this point, we're supposed to make contact with.
Yeah, we're here. We're actually here for non-nefarious purposes.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe.
But I will definitely do a mental mapping of the place if no.
Yeah,
for nothing else.
basically just making it.
While you're in the ballroom and he's showing Pradaj the place where they're going to play, Pradaj can't help it. He looks out there, he plucks a string, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And you lose Pradaj and the other Turanians because they are actually musicians, as they just fall in love with the acoustics of this ballroom. You don't know how much money they spent, but they have modified the room so the acoustics in here are almost perfect. From where the band is performing, you can hear them clearly throughout the entire
So it's
chamber.
kind of like the Pantheon in Rome.
Yeah.
You ever been? The Pantheon is the largest pre-modern dome ever built.
And you can whisper in one part of it, and just like an amphitheater, be heard clearly across the room.
It is uncanny, the acoustics in that place. The ancient Romans knew their shit.
Okay. While you're there, and you want to make a...
Which also means, by
It
the
would
way,
be
you
perception
whisper
and nobles. If anyone has the
I
nobles
have
skill.
nobles. I actually have one of those skills.
Perception and nobles.
I don't have that.
Roll anyway, just in case.
Normally nobles would be intelligence, but this would be perception because you're using your physical senses to view the room.
Actually, I made a heroic.
So did I.
Rolled an 18.
Okay, so without the skill, you guys notice someone who probably you guess must be the owner of the manor.
Mm-hmm.
You identify him as...
Yes, I got a heroic.
Good for you. I'm actually getting fairly good at reading these Amoran noble types because they actually dress decent versus everybody else. I mean, the only difference between a Vanir noble and a Vanir commoner is how much embroidery is on the cuff.
Barre Ruda.
Barre?
Yeah, he's the current head of the family. He's in his early 50s.
Spell, please.
B-A-R-E. You actually want to put a long slash over the E, so you know it's Barre.
Barre.
Barre Ruda. It said Ruta before, but actually it's a mispronunciation. It should be Ruda, R-U-D-A. My mistake.
Ruda.
Ruda.
Barre Ruda. He's the head of the family?
Mm-hmm.
Mid-50s?
Yeah, early 50s, dressed very well in a nice, expensive doublet and hose. He's wearing thigh-high cavalry boots, even though he's probably never ridden a horse, and a talon sword with more jewels than a woman needs on her necklace is on his head.
How did they come into their newly acquired wealth?
You didn't ask that part, so you don't know.
It's
You know they're
Zamora.
Nova
It
Reach,
could
but
be
you don't know how they
anything.
got their money.
It's Zamora.
You guys didn't ask for that when you
I
were
would
around.
imagine that's difficult in this time. Isn't it?
It's Zamora. It could have been anything. It could have been
Oh,
through
that's true.
legitimate means or illegitimate
Assassination?
means.
Probably both.
Probably a combination of both.
No.
So,
You said he was dressed extravagantly?
Yes.
well, you got money to flaunt.
The funny thing is illegitimate back in the Dark Ages on back of even Middle Ages. Mainly meant smuggling without paying your taxes.
And Zamora means the king doesn't get his cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because pretty much everything's legal.
So,
Barre Ruda.
do you guys want to try to approach him, or he's currently talking like caterers and stuff? He's coordinating for the party.
I wouldn't know what to say to him.
I don't know. Would that even be a good idea?
If you're gonna thief from him, no.
If we're trying to solicit him...
But you are trying to get him to be a patron, so
I mean, all she has to do is turn it on even more in front of him, and it'll probably be a done deal.
Whiskey. There's the boss man.
Yeah. Well, how about if
Oh, wait.
Skinara and the band do a small test in this room just so they can
Could you scratch? Oh, no.
check?
Sorry.
What?
I was going to say, instead of approaching him directly and letting him know we're trying to solicit him, have them do kind of like the little rehearsal.
That's what she
That's
just said.
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, before he even like he'll see it by accident. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh,
That's what she's
So
doing.
yeah, that's what Ball is doing. He's saying, hey, Prajaj
Try and make it look
Kanara.
incidental on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and whatnot. So it's not like we're
Let's test
actually
the
going
acoustics
for
of this
it.
place and see how much room
Yeah.
we need.
All right, so they go over to the stage. The Turanians start playing. You notice when they start playing, Barry looks up, sees the band is playing, and you see him motion across the room, and a huge Kushite, probably about 7 feet tall almost. He's slim, like he's from a running tribe, but he comes motioning over to the group, and obviously being so tall, he towers everybody that's there. But he also has a little bit of an air of menace, and you notice that people kind of like stay out of his way. He doesn't have to push to get through the crowd.
He'll be polite, but...
Iskanara begins her dancing number as the players go. She actually also starts to sing a little bit. And halfway through the song, she stops. And I want to roll intuition on her. Since you know her so well, triple your intuition score.
Oh, whoa.
And do any of
Jesus
the
Christ.
and do any of you have the counseling skill?
No.
I think that was a no. So you roll it triple intuition.
It's only a 5, but considering my intuition being a triple, I'm only gonna call him 15.
Yeah,
Well, that's
no kidding.
ridiculous. Mine's
Yeah,
off
it's
the
a
chart.
success.
Success.
Your intuition's what?
I rolled a 17
Oh.
times 3.
Yeah, your
No,
intuition
you roll
score
your
times
3 is on the
On the AB.
upper
Yeah.
on the upper chart.
Yeah,
Basically, take your
whatever
intuition
your
score, times it
intuition
by
score
3.
is, times it by 3.
Yike.
You had just a success. Epic. What'd you have?
Oh.
I got a dramatic.
Dramatic.
You rolled 20?
So you realize that something freaked her out.
Mm-hmm.
You have dramatic.
Yeah.
You can trace her line of sight back to the Kushite, so you know whatever is about the Kushites freaking her out. You have an epic.
Yeah.
Because of times with her before and things you've heard about her past, you realize this is probably somebody that back when she was a slave, she was forced to lie with and it didn't go well.
Okay.
There's a look of just like PTSD, fear in her when she sees him. And then you see her start looking around for the nearest weapon.
I
Can
near?
Valley saddle up?
You're in the middle of the floor. You're all watching.
And I walk toward her very
Okay.
casually. Keep it together, lass.
I have it together. Pradash, give me your sword.
No.
Don't pull.
You're
her.
not there. He's the one up there right now at the moment.
You know what happens when I do this stupid, right? We're this close.
Friends, I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. I want to save something for the performance later this evening. And she leaves the stage.
Fair enough. Is there any recognition on the Kushite's face?
And then she like grabs you and her fingernails are digging into you because she is just like, she needs something.
That's why I let her do it.
Okay.
Never got a chance to approach.
That's okay.
Point 2. He went in front of you. Okay, so let me give you an action to do something.
Yeah, I was walking up
You
there.
see him handle the thing with Iskanara. What do you do?
I'm getting between Escanara and the Kushite and basically giving him the fuck with her and you will fuck with me look.
Don't be aggressive.
I wasn't being aggressive,
Okay.
just giving him a warning.
Okay.
I mean, Valley's probably watching Iskanara at this moment, though. He's probably glancing over at the nobleman to see how he's handling it. but
Bare
his-
Ruda and his man
yeah.
approach. Bare Ruda says, "A moment, if you would. Lovely lady, that was inspiring. I do hope I will see more of that at the party. You are entertainment?" He looks over at Zing. Zing's like, "Your Majesty, I'm sorry, not Your Majesty, I'm king. Sire, they just signed in, yes. There was an opening schedule, and I took the initiative of hiring this exotic and well-regarded Turanian band from afar for your cause." You can smell the bullshit,
Overachiever.
right? And Bari waves him off. He goes, "What is your name, lovely girl?" Iskanara. Iskarnara. I do hope I will see you. I can tell you're a little agitated. It's okay to be nervous if this is the first large one you've played in. But trust me, they're just like other people you've danced for. Yes, that's what I'm coming to be aware of. Iskanara says, "Dig, dig, dig."
Oh.
I'm subtly sizing up the Kushite. Does he recognize her? Because he could have raped tons of women and not even remember.
Doesn't know her at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Doesn't know
I
her at
figured
all.
that much, but that's also the reason I'm trying to keep him
Right.
keep his distance. Because just because she doesn't recognize her doesn't make it any less traumatic for Escanara.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, Volley'd be like, guess it. How do I want to phrase this?
Carefully.
Well, obviously, carefully. Yes, the acoustics in this place is absolutely amazing and very well done.
I spared no expense perfecting the chamber for this evening's performance. For the past year, I've had architects come in and add baffles and other wooden structures to help direct the noise correctly.
No chocolate for the puppy.
No.
No.
You go into the
Well,
dog.
it'll make it an absolute delight for our band to perform later this bitter month.
Certainly, I look forward to it. He hands out his hand to shake hands with you. Roll me a perception awareness real quick.
God, I hate the whole double and hose thing. It totally throws me out of sword and sorcery.
Shit.
Nice one.
Now you better eat every last one of them.
Success.
On his ring, there's an occult symbol.
What cult symbol would that be?
What have we been looking for?
Roll your occult and intelligence.
No.
Another fine noble family we can ruin.
Yeah, that was actually a fumble, so. I rolled a 3.
You recognize it as something fairly powerful.
Okie dokie.
So we're gonna fumble. You got some information out of it.
If I'm telling her the truth.
Yeah, it's probably not the truth.
Okay. No.
Can you draw up? Could your character?
I'll
draw
eat
it
them
later?
all, and I shouldn't.
Well, you want to have a couple more at least.
You don't get more drama points if you enable the sage. I'm just warning you.
Don't turn down the Italian when he offers you food.
I may have to start if I can't get my knee in
He'll
good
sick his
shape. I
grandmother
have
on
to
you.
lose weight by just restricting myself from eating. All right.
Leave the cannoli, take the pistol.
So, if you were playing, I'll give you a chip. Do you know what he's referring to?
What did he say?
Leave the cannoli. Leave the gun. Take the canola
Take the
oil.
cannoli, leave the pistol.
Oh, wasn't that from Boondock Saints? No, that was
No.
What was it from?
This
I know
is the
I've
joy
heard
of
it.
marrying someone 15 years younger than yourself.
I know I've seen it in there, but I can't remember what it was.
The Godfather.
Godfather.
Okay. I actually haven't seen The Godfather, but I do
You know, he
remember
improvised
hearing
that line?
that.
What?
James, now that you better correct.
We're talking about food, so I flipped it.
Okay.
Okay.
I always thought that was hilarious. He improvised that line.
Good movie.
So I keep hearing.
Because apparently you really like the cannoli.
My own opinion.
You got a Godfather marathon in your future.
We've already seen one. I haven't seen two yet.
You think Godfather's overrated?
It's been
Really?
15 years
Godfather
since I've
2 is
seen
a
Godfather
masterpiece.
2.
I think
so I'm looking
Godfather
forward to that.
It's an education.
But I love it though.
Yeah, it's been 15 years.
Okay.
I remember it vaguely.
All right. So we've got the layout of the map. Does anybody wish to try to scout anything else in the house? That's your major contact.
Within the boundaries of not bringing suspicion on myself, yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth and agility.
Actually, be more of a bullshit roll, wouldn't it? Because we're not even trying to hide. We're just trying not to be suspicious.
Well, he's trying to big looming Sumerian's trying to walk around and look normal.
Okay, good point.
It's kind of to do that when you're 6 inches taller than everybody else.
The great thing about me is that Zamora, even though I'm like 6 foot tall and red haired and pale skinned and blue eyed,
You're about the same size.
yeah, Zamoras are so sexist they kind of ignore me anyway.
Kale, you wander the facilities and you see other where the living quarters are, where all the stuff is. You get the assertion that the above floor is where the family lives. And as you're walking around, you bump into. You encounter a guy in a kind of tattered cloak carrying supplies in, and he looks at you, and just for some reason, your hackles rise when you see him.
Really?
Yeah, you instantly feel like there's something wrong with him.
He creeps me out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And he looks at you, and he kind of looks like, not being that familiar with people, you can't tell where he's from. He's definitely not Zamoran. He's definitely not Turanian. He's definitely not a northerner. He's kind of olive complected. He has a short black beard, little hints of gray, curly hair. You're just not quite sure where he's from. And he doesn't look like he's native, but he doesn't look like he's that far away. So you're like, Your character's having a real problem placing this
I
person.
strain my memory.
I have a legendary for my roll.
If you had a culture skill, I'd let you double your intelligence, but you don't, so roll your straight intelligence at -2.
I got a legendary for my roll. I figure I have a little less difficulty because I'm female and these people are sexist as hell.
What'd you get?
19.
Roll again. Roll it.
And the
roll that
D6? 19, 20. Always roll an extra D6.
Now, where'd you put your
That's not
die?
the one I want. I want these two that you gave me. Ooh, 24.
Yeah, you would have rolled the 6 with
On
mine.
what?
Intelligence -2.
And you would have rolled the 6 with mine.
Holy balls.
Where'd you roll?
Still an epic.
Try another chip.
Where'd you roll?
Oh, it's
Wait a minute, intelligence -2? You got an epic? How's that possible? You have intelligence of 3, don't you? You're rolling in column
I got
1.
intelligence of 6.
Where the hell did you
You
get
have an
intelligence of
intelligence of
6
6?
from?
I've had intelligence. I've got all my stats written down.
I don't recall your character having an IT.
Dude,
So
I
you
have-
had-
I
don't-
don't-
the only-
I thought you had normal IT. I thought you had a higher perception.
No.
Yeah, I've got an intelligence of 5.
Well, maybe it is a 5.
Dude, there's no way you have an intelligence of 6.
I have my lowest one is a charisma of 1.
But
Right, I remember that.
But even with an intelligence of 6, you still would have gotten at best a legendary.
Yeah,
And,
Well, I rolled a 24.
yeah,
right. So you're
24.
see if your intelligence was 6.
Let me see that.
Even if your intelligence was 6, you're actually rolling column 4 because it's giant team -2.
Oh, okay.
Remember, we subtract it from the AVs, not from the rolls.
Right, right.
You keep,
Well, it's
you
legendary, yeah.
You keep
Exception.
adding to the rolls instead to the AVs.
To the AV.
Right, my bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's a legendary.
Okay. He's a Shemite. You've met a couple of them in the mall. You're like, okay, this is a Shemite. He's in his early 30s, and the thing that's rubbing you the wrong way is that although his outward appearance is dingy and dirty and servile, you sense an inner grace and sense of entitlement in the man.
Oh, he's a spy.
And he looks at you with those deep black eyes of his, and he's just kind of like, forget me. Roll your willpower and resolve at -10.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's an automatic fail.
Not necessarily.
Necessarily. You can make a success.
Really good.
Get it for the dog does.
Oh, I know, they're chasing you away.
All right, that's a failure. I got a 5.
And you forget the encounter.
Okay.